How much should your practice focus on SEO? If you're in the health and wellness industry, legal industry, financial advisor of some kind, you know SEO matters. You want to show up when people are searching for the things that you do, but how much should you put into it? There's all kinds of different types of SEO. There's on-page SEO, technical SEO, there's local SEO. Now we got to figure out, how do we get AI to, rank our content so that when people search for things, your website shows up in the citations or the AI overviews on Google. There's so much to it. But a lot of times what I will tell my clients is it kind of depends on what you do, what industry you're in, where you're located, as in terms of how much you actually have to put into it. Let's take two examples. Say you're a personal injury law firm or a holistic medical provider in Indianapolis. I've worked with two companies like that in Indianapolis over the years. Very different industries, very different searchability when it comes to Google, and different things I would say to them. If you're a brand new personal injury lawyer trying to break into Indianapolis, you're going to have a very, very hard time showing up in search for a while. There are firms that have been around for 20, 30, 40, 50 years that had websites from the day websites were available. It's going to be very hard to compete with them right out of the gate. You don't have the infrastructure, you don't have the money, you don't have the bandwidth, you don't have the backlinks that they have gathered over decades of being online. It's just going to be very difficult. If you're a holistic wellness provider, we had a client recently that we worked with that within 6 months, we had them ranking higher than most of their competition. They were top 3 for a lot of terms that we wanted them to show up for, which is great. They're seeing a lot of web traffic. They've, tripled, quadrupled their web traffic over the last few months. That's amazing. Different industries, the saturation is not as high with those holistic wellness brands. And to be quite honest, their competition is more focused on aesthetics than actually doing what they need to do to show up and rank well. So it's very different things. So I would say, if you're a brand new personal injury lawyer jumping in and you want to start ranking, don't. Do the basic things, do the best practices, get your website in a place where it could rank, and then focus on other ways to find clients. Don't focus so much on the SEO. Now, if you're that holistic medical provider, absolutely focus on SEO. Get those pages in order, get blog posts written, get pillar pages, get pages that, feed into those. It's going to be a big help in your business. But just because, you're trying to get people through search, it doesn't mean you should. Everything is kind of context based. Just because everyone says, oh, you need SEO, doesn't mean you should go out and spend $1 million trying to show up in search. Because even, someone that promises you're going to show up number one. So just focus on what you can control and then work from there. If it's just a basic website that does what it needs to do and meets most of the best practices that gives you an opportunity to then go out and find clients elsewhere, that's great. If you can break in and have a reasonable chance at ranking high relatively quickly within a few months, then absolutely jump into that, because search is a very powerful way to grow your business. Bottom line, understand your industry, understand your location, and do what's best for your business.